Check. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate for being here. It's like hanging out with your best friend, man. What's up? How's your day? Thank you for being here. Hey, let's do it again like we do it every single day. God bless each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for hanging out. All right, let me get situated. You're here with the Crypto Lifer. Feeling older, feeling wiser, feeling, I don't know. The tan does something, though. I guess it is what it is. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you awesome lifers for being amazing. 58,000. I was going over it to my trading group even last night and even on the live stream yesterday. I was bearish, you know. I was in a long and I was bearish. Weird, right? 30-second looked like it was going to make a massive pump today, though. And we did get the pump on the 30-second chart. Now we're kind of blending it to the 1 minute. Looks like there could be some action right now as we speak here on WEEX. I mean, that is the sauce right there. And the JOLTS job opening was bearish if you're looking for a rate cut. We kind of already see that on the table. But it's bullish if you're just looking at the overall market being in a good way. You know what I'm saying? This might be too small or big. I'm not sure. I almost didn't have time. I usually never do that. But I didn't have time to adjust the risk. I usually pay when I do that. We'll find out. I didn't get liquidated because I had a stop loss above the liquidation. But they got me for like 11 hundo. But I stuck to my guns on the daily, man. I think, you know, I was kind of proud of myself. The old me would have just been, you know what I mean? I stuck to my guns on the daily, which shows that when I see daily div the next time and I like it, I'm going to take it. And it's still kind of there. The sad thing is they're still there. They kind of grabbed liquidity this morning. And, you know, we'll see what happens. I'm attempting this flag here as we're above the 200. Can we get the 21 cross and the pump? It's usually associated when you get this cross right here, right now for Bitcoin. Let's break down the bigger picture, but that's a scalp right now on the smaller time frame. It's the 1 minute. The 30-second just popped, seeing if we can kind of blend that move into the 1 minute time frame. Anyway, hitting you with the small time frames right off the bat. Sorry to get you going. Didn't even have time for you to drink your coffee yet. I know, I get it. It's one of those days, man. It's Tuesday. Tuesday's the hot day. Hey, good volatility. Make most of my money on Tuesdays, Monday nights, Tuesdays, and Tuesday nights is where I usually make the most money. So we will see what can happen here. A little bit of a pump. Can we get continuation to the upside? Even a little bit of a flag. Anything would be nice. Look at this shoulder. Head, right shoulder. Cup and handle to the upside. This is what we're talking about, folks. This is the sausalito. All right, there was even a bull div there. As the RSI, what is bullish divergence? The RSI swung to the upside, while price action swung to the downside. And we got a reaction there. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. So anyway, let's take a look at the monthly. Let's break it down. There's a couple key things that are going on right now that we need to pay attention to. So the monthly candle closes tonight. All right. I may be able to finagle a live. We'll see what's going on in my life. There's a chance I pop out for a live here tonight for the monthly candle close. Might be a half an hour, but get it done somewhere at 8:39, 9 o'clock, maybe something like that. So if we breach this trend line, it's a head and shoulder that does want to head lower. If you're nice, you could take the smaller leg. I usually take the bigger leg because why not? I want to see the most pain. And again, a lot of times I've done this, we have gone the bigger leg. That says $22,000 Bitcoin. Does that mean we could see a $20,000 Bitcoin? I'm not guaranteeing it. It just says it's possible. It just says it's absolutely possible. Wow. Heavy volatility today. A little bit of a bull div there on the 7-minute too that popped us to the upside. I'm watching. Pretty interesting time to be alive, man. And if we look at BOOKMAP, it's got a lot of liquidity to the downside and to the upside on either side. Could go either way. It's lined up a lot more like down here to 58,000. But you can see Big Red sits at 60,290. I've been saying this for a long time that the $58,000 to $60,000 region is screaming it's a low because we hit the 5 twice on the fear and greed when the stochastics were low on the 2-week chart. And that notoriously for me has been a buy zone that has made me known and has basically made me minutely famous in the finance world. People go up to me, they'll see me literally in public, usually at a Bitcoin event, not randomly, but at a Bitcoin event or a place. I have been spotted publicly. Recently, I was at a boat show. Some guy went up to me. Is that Sam Price? I follow you on X. Said he wasn't even in the trading group, just follows me on X. I thought it was interesting. Again, you never know how people find you, right? All different mediums online. But, and someone went up to me and they were like, "Yo, you're the guy that bought 19K Bitcoin. I've been following you ever since." And it's pretty interesting. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, some people have actually known me for what I did. And what I did was use the stochastics RSI and the fear and greed at a very low price, you could say high fear, which is a low number, right? However you want to, it can sound confusing, low and high and all that. But so shout out to everybody here. I just want to say thank you to all the beautiful subscribers and everybody on the live. May God bless you. May God keep you and your family safe. And may you have a wonderful day today and continuation. And may you find gratitude in everything you do, no matter how hard it is. I woke up to a loss this morning. I found gratitude in the loss. I'm actually happy the way I did it. I'm proud of myself. I stuck to my guns. I didn't get too crazy about it. And it is what it is. So there you go. Funny, I found this coin TAC. The 21 was in a flag. I didn't put it out to anyone. I didn't say anything because I don't even know what it is. But it looks somewhat bullish. Now I got to look at it for a second. My curious mind. TransAlta Corporation. Is that really what it is? TAC? No, TAC Protocol. 300 million. It's an EVM-compatible blockchain purpose-built for the ton ecosystem at Telegram. It uniquely brings full DeFi functionality from day one by combining EVM, pre-deployed blue-chip DeFi applications, and Bootstrap, Ethereum, and Bitcoin liquidity. Seamlessly connected to ton TAC. Interesting. I mean, that could do something. They say it's, somewhat attached to Velvet. Interesting. You learn something new every day. There you go. So the monthly. We want to see this at least close. I wanted a wick. It looks like tonight we might just get a little bit of a wick. But any wick is fine. I'll take it. Just close online on the wick. I don't want to see it dump down to 53,000 and close tonight. Hopefully this is the low. We wick back up and we kind of get back inside this, with a little bit of a wick. So that's what I'm looking for. And then, of course, we're going to have to dump tonight. Think about it. Tonight we got to dump. And we got to dump, 52, somewhere to 50. Think about it. If we get a tweezer bottom, which is what we love to trade. So we want this to pump a little bit. I don't know, back to 60K today, right at 8 p.m. So at 60K, we can dump down to 58, 59.9, 59, something like that. Come back up and then get at the reversal wick that's going to make this inverted head and shoulder on the monthly. It's just going to be two candles right next to each other as the head. That's all. When you go in the smaller time frames, you're going to be able to see the head of the head and shoulder. But, that's how it usually is on the month. The monthly usually isn't as animated or detailed. It's more blocky, if you know what I'm saying. So then we look at the 2-week, but that looks so bearish. We still have the bull div, though, on the 2-week chart, which I preemptively took a shot at, and they got me. I guess I got to go to like the low here and make it even more macro. Like right there, go below 56,000. Or have limit orders in to buy up the lows behind the order, right? Weekly, shoulder, head, shoulder, and now we've closed the weekly candle below the 200 moving average last week. Suggest this candle is going to be a red one, which it is. You're going to have to dump and get some type of reversal. Otherwise, I mean, shoulder, head, right shoulder right there in front of us. And that's got a measured move somewhere down to 40,000. Suggesting we may see 40K here on the weekly. It looks bearish. I mean, it's just crossing the dotted line. It could spend a lot of time down there. I did point out we have bullish divergence on the weekly, which is very rare. But we'll see how it plays out. Right now, we got a bit of a Martha's Vineyard pattern. I call that the Martha's Vineyard. You ever see Martha's Vineyard? It looks similar to this. It's got these two sides and this big hill in the middle. We go to the 5-day chart. Martha's Vineyard again, head and shoulder pattern. And to me, I mean, that's starting to break the trend line or the neckline that, you got there. That's also bearish. It's so hard for me not to short this. Like, I've been like, something keeps telling me to hesitate. It's like a psychic, maybe it's feelings and I shouldn't be using them. Charts tell you to short this right now or set up a head short at least. All the head shorts we set up have played out. Something about how obvious it looks. I'm like, but I got to point that out. I mean, that looks bearish. 3-day chart also looks bearish to me. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. I've kind of drawn this trend line that we're fighting here on the 3-day. You can almost say it's a descending triangle that already broke to the downside. It's getting that heebie-jeebie vibe, that bearish vibe, Then you switch to the daily, and the daily just, And we closed green last night. Somewhat of a vibe that we could bounce. I'm put all my faith in the daily bull dip. See, the thing is, see this shade of region in the RSI, I've never seen it since August of 2023. It was the lowest we've ever been, right in around here. And this low here, right, so it's telling me it takes a heck of a lot of sell pressure to get here. I guess I had to put my stop a little lower, 58K. Because I'm still convinced that there's going to be some type of move here back to the upside on this bull dip. I'm not going to give up on this side. I mean, it's the strongest bull dip I've seen in a long time. And usually after a shaded, you don't come back down into that RSI after you hit this after a massive sell-off like that. There's too much wound up pressure. Too many people are going the opposite way of the trade. That's what it tells you. There's too much goodies on the other side. I'm so stubborn, I know. I'm just like, then the small time frames just look real bearish. Like we swing into here and it definitely looks like a descending triangle that's attempting to dump. And some days you need just a few time frames and it makes perfect sense. Like you just look at the 4 hour and the 1 hour and you're like, oh, I'm long. Like there's days you don't have to do a deep analysis. Like it doesn't take that long. There's days where I do it all day and I'm still not sure. And there's days, you know what I mean? TA, just like everything, has its time and place where it's perfect, where there's other times where you're questioning it, and there's other times where it's just so spot on, you can't believe how spot on it is, I mean, it's still somewhat of a double bottom here on the 4 hour time frame. Attempting to dig in, like 1 hour, attempting to bounce on a tweezer bottom, looks more like a bearish retest of the trend line. If you just shrink it down, I mean, it looks so strange. Still somewhat of a double bottom. There seems to be support right there at 58,272. My trade stayed bullish, got a pump, stayed humble. Let's see here if we can pull off a win on the show. It would be nice. If I can say what I've been saying the last few days, put a 333 if you make gains on the channel. That looks pretty, that's the setup of setups though right there. I'm already in, but that's, readjusting. I mean, that's the 21 above the 200 inside the flag. I'd lose that trade for the chance to win it 90% of the time, because it would be a lot for me not to get into that. It would take a lot for me not to want to get into that trade. I'm already in it, but I like that setup. I look for this setup all the time. So we'll see what happens. This should break out to 60,000. Give us that move. Kind of hold up that monthly candle so we can get the dump. Because see, the beginning of the candle should be red. Even for 2 hours, even for an hour, even for the first 2 days. For that to happen, we can't go down to 56, 55. So we got to get Bitcoin back up to 61, 60. You know what I mean? BOOKMAP suggesting that we're about to get a short liquidation. The closest red is right here. And this likes to go to the closest red zone. So it's telling us 60,260. If you're there, you may be one of the liquidated. It's telling you have a high chance of getting taken out of a short. If you're shorting right now, I'm just telling you what BOOKMAP's saying. I'm not telling you I'm right every time. People get to know, oh yeah, he's going to. BOOKMAP's telling you you're likely going to get liquidated or taken out at about 60,250. Whether that's the case for short or not, we will find out. But right now, we don't know. Only time will tell. In the trade, so far, so good. Up 5%, $70. Live trading here on WEEX. If you want to trade with me, you could do that. It's pretty awesome. On the exact same exchange, in the exact same place, doing it how we do it. If you'd like to do that, we have a way to teach you and show you. Number one, I'm here live every single day on the channel. But you can also go to WEEX in the pinned comment and find out. Let me get that up and running. So here's the deal. Now look, remember we were looking at this 15-minute bound. That was what, Saturday night, I think, Sunday night. 15-minute was in the model. We got a breakout, went side. We really been, if you think about it, it's really just sideways chop. It's not even that big of a deal. If you really look at price action, it's been kind of like, Nice little bounce back on that 15, showing signs of life. We're live here on the 1 hour time frame, looking for this to break out. Looking for this flag, which is, that's the 21 above the 200 inside tight price action. That looks like, oh my goodness. If we got stopped out on that, fine. Stop me out on the bet on one of the nicest setups in the game. I have to trade that anyway, so it is what it is. It'd be nice if we get our 700 for the day, though. I was looking at TAC only an hour ago. Weird. That's strange. Well, you know what? I tend to scan the market, so. Not that weird. Makes sense. You're a curious lifer. I'm a curious trader. We're both going over a bunch of different things. We tend to run the gambit. It would make sense. Back above 59. Can this hold? We'll take a look deeper here. So, yeah. What it comes down to is the 4 hour getting a bounce, somewhat of a double bottom, and reversing back up. Really, that's kind of, the 1 hour getting in there. It looks more like a bearish retest than a curve down, but we are curving up with the stochastics RSI. RSI is, the daily still is holding some type of bull dip, right? Funny, at 40 days, yeah. Hey, there's always something going on. Synapse, yeah, look at it, it's gone. 7 cents to 68 cents, that's crazy. Absolute insane. And it had kind of, it had some of the model there. See, you know me, I chase this stuff, I look for that, that flat top, that uptrending bottom. That is the signal. Hey, if you look at the BOOKMAP or wherever you like, you can also see no liquidity below. Like, it's definitely bull above us right now. Way thicker, way. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you, man. Yeah. But, man, on a closer, what level do you think we should look for shots? For shots. I mean, to be honest, if this would come back inside the pattern and get rejected by the trend line, that's a short right there with a stop above here back to the downside. You see? Something like that would, to me, would be, would be the short. So, yeah, so check it out. Let me pop up the chat, see what's happening in the chat. Make sure I switch to live chat. I don't know why they have top chat and live chat. What could top chat be over live chat when you think about it? All right. It doesn't make any sense. All right. 10:30 sell signal. Interesting. 10:31 on the dot. We'll see what happens. So I just want to see what the S&P and the NASDAQ did with that move earlier today. I did call a bounce in the S&P, if you remember. I said, look for this flag to break to the upside. I said, look for this to break back to the top of the channel. Everyone was bearish. I said, I don't know. They shorted it here. I said I wouldn't short it. I put a huge green candle. I said, look for us to move up on the S&P. And look at the bounce there on the S&P yet again. And I'm always, tweeting this stuff at CryptoLifer33 constantly on our way to 50,000 followers and more. Putting out a lot of news, and I'm always ripping. And, yeah, the S&P is something that I like to kind of go over and talk about. And I don't think people even realize it. But right here, if you're shorting the S&P, then you do not get money printing. This is the likely scenario. Be careful out here. And I'm saying it's likely going to bounce back to the top of the channel. This is back on June 25th. It's now 5 days later. The S&P has done exactly what I stated it was going to do. Whatever. It's just a technical analysis. I throw my ego out of it. It's the TA, right? Also, and there was a bunch of big traders who were well known that said they were shorting the S&P with size. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to mention names because I don't do that. I'm not rude. But like, I'm shorting the S&P heavy. It's like, they'll never come out and show their lost trade. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. I'm shorting the S&P heavy. Well, we've been active out here on X. It's been crazy. But right here, this aged well. Nailed another macro call on the S&P. Right? Yeah, shorts got wrecked on the S&P. They really did, though. On SPX. So, this aged well, man. It's crazy. So I just wanted to kind of show you, if you stick to traditional technical analysis, and how did I figure that out, that the S&P was going to bounce? I kind of want to show you for a split second, because it's the exact same way we trade Bitcoin. Exact same way. So when we saw that this had movement down, overall, when one swing to low, even though there's a wick there, it's not a candle body. You see the RSI is a sharp movement up. And then you even see it here on my indicator, and then you have a oversold stochastic, and boom. You see what I'm saying? And as you get that bounce to the upside off the bullish divergence. You can even pull a fib from this impulse right here, because that's where we started to move off that bigger wick. And you can see we bounce off the 786 Fibonacci retracement. So you have bullish divergence on the 786. You start using those two things over and over again, you're going to be amazed. Look right here, we had swing down. We had, again, bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. Again, pull a Fibonacci here from there to there. We bounced off the 706 right near there. But, this is going to be your pocket of time on the Fibonacci. And now you can see the S&P just skyrocketing to the upside, getting a monster pump. And everyone's like, what's going on? And, even Donald Trump said, hey, the stock market's going to rip. I see it going on a monster move. And you know what's interesting is the S&P seems less interested in what the Fed's doing. Bitcoin seems to be all about what the Fed's doing. It's weird, right? Like, S&P seems to shaking off Kevin Warsh and whatever the Fed's saying. It seems to have, there's just so much buy pressure for AI and new tech, and it's creating such a bubble frenzy. And it's also not even, it's just the real tech that's happening right now. It's the real companies doing real things. People are investing in those companies, and then they're printing money. So let's take a look at the DXY and see how the DXY handled the jobs report today. All right. So the DXY is struggling a little bit. I see it headed back down right now. In general, it's still in this kind of uptrending flag, but I see it headed back to the bottom, and that's going to be a good sign. It'll be awesome if it could head and shoulder its way right all the way out of here to the downside. But I still see some downtrend right now for the DXY. So if the dollar's going to start trending down, that's going to be good for stocks and Bitcoin. Just in general. Not saying it's a guarantee, but it's going to be good for stocks. Dang, man. No love here on these small scalps and the small time frames. The summer really chews them up. Look, I see a shoulder, head, right shoulder there. It negates my entire plan. That should have stayed inside, left the 21 and pump. Kind of turns, yeah. Now it's an Adam and Eve. Yeah, I'm out on that. It ruined market structure for me. Dang, man, these scalps have been tough for me. Last 2 weeks have seen, like, I feel like it's just like, you feel like they're 30-second would have been perfect. Let's see, I'll hide at least behind a wick and see if I can get a bounce. But, man, they daggered me right there. They daggered me. I'm happy to get stopped out there. That was not supposed to happen. The way I trade, this is supposed to stay inside of the flag and break to the upside, which has happened many times on stream. Another X out on this, another fake out, lack of liquidity. Funny, my buddy was going long on Doge yesterday, and I was like, Doge looked bearish to me when I looked at it on the same time frame. I know if we were looking at the same, it's the 4-hour time frame, and to me, the 4-hour was like in this, like, looked like a descending triangle. But it could be the lower of the lows. Like, it's going to start to eventually bounce as long as you don't get liquidated. But I think the liquidation was 7 or something. I don't know. Maybe it's still okay. Yeah, this looks like a bearish retest. Looks like you're bearishly retesting the descending triangle. If I had to, you're trying to get back inside this trend line that you've lost. And you don't have to include, right there, it's clearly been the trend line. You're bouncing, and then you're like, okay. Previous support becomes resistance here for Bitcoin on the 15-minute time frame, as you can see. Looks pretty bearish. I gotta be honest, it looks bearish. Daily candle's not holding up on the divergence. Someone said he saw more liquidity. Now they're building big red right there at 58. So look how it can shift. This liquidity can shift in a second. That's why it's never 100%. Now look, it says, hey, we're going down to 58,000. And we're, So I think what they did is they bounced it, got enough people to long, and then they want to kind of bounce those people down too. And with a short week and more data coming in, with non-farm this week is probably a treacherous week to trade at all. Just in general. If you're a beginner trader, you haven't traded a lot, I think this is a good observation week, and I don't want to push you, but, do whatever you want. You can sign up to WEEX and begin a demo trade account. Go to futures right here and hit demo trading. That's going to be your first stop to kind of getting acclimated into trading, understanding what's happening and getting yourself situated. You got to know the buttons you're going to press first. It's like being in a simulator before you drove in F1. Wouldn't that be great? You wouldn't have to go 200 miles an hour on your first run. You'd be able to actually know what you're doing. Just looking for some type of way out of here, in the 5-minute bounce off this. And to me, it's a bearish retest to the downside, right? Now what I would be looking for is the 5 minutes shoulder. It'll make a little right shoulder, and that can be a nice little short to the downside. I've been getting the boogie woogies, man. It's like my scalps feel like they've been gunning for me. Good thing I've been doing, though, is not over trading large amounts and getting revenge and getting emotional. I'm just staying cool. One day, one of my biggest trades will be on this channel. I'll make 100 grand in a day. It's coming for me. I just got to stay calm, cool, and collective. I have the funds. I have the time. I have the knowledge. I just got to make sure I don't push it at the wrong time. What people do, and this is what I keep realizing, successful people and unsuccessful people, what's the difference? There's a thin line between just emotional behavior. There's a time when unsuccessful people get a little too emotional over something smaller that's not that big of a deal, and they ruin the bigger picture. And a successful person always remembers where they're at, takes a deep breath, and handles the situation one step at a time. You know what I mean? That's really the difference between success and non-success, is the ability not to get emotional and ruin the overall momentum. For instance, me on my stream goes well. It does awesome. If someone were to be, a couple times in the past, like whatever, there was a troll or something, you don't act perfect and you kind of take away from the positive people on stream and it damaged, you know what I mean? I learned my lesson. I'm the guy on stream. I'm the guy in control. I don't need to bow down to the trolls. I don't need to say a word to them. I shouldn't even mention them now. I haven't seen one tonight. I'm not saying there was one here. I'm just mentioning, a life lesson for you. Keep your mind on track. There's always going to be a hater. There's always going to be someone that's not into you. There's always going to be someone that doesn't like you. Remember that. For no reason, too. They don't like themselves. They choose not to like you, especially if you're in public eye like me. I'm in the public eye, so people are going to choose not to like me. They're going to say, I don't like that guy. And if I never was online, they could never know who I was. They would hate on somebody else. I just happen to come across their radar, so there it is. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing something, you could be a known mechanic. If you're known by more than a few hundred people, man, there's going to be someone that says, I don't like that guy. I'm telling you. And it just is what it is. You'll have to deal with that behavior, right? Look, that's an Adam and Eve double top. You can see it. Amazing, right? And it has a measured move, and it hits the measured move. It's just like, it's crazy. Like there's an inverted head and shoulder, and it made the move to the upside. There was technically kind of a slanted flag, and it boom, near the 21. That was also crossing the 30-second 200 moving average, right? So this is what I got for you right now. It's not amazing, but we're looking for some type of, maybe we can get an inverted head and shoulder out of here to the upside. I know I'm stubbornly bullish over here for Bitcoin because the indicators are screaming certain things. I mean, we're back kind of right at my stop zone, 58,005, 58.7 area. That daily is going to close a bearish engulfing candle, and to me, it just starts to tell us that the bigger picture is more bearish. RSI could go lower again, I guess. Really stretch out the bull div. And remember, TA, there's going to be times where you're going through your TA and it's just going to feel like you're lost. Keep going. Eventually you'll be found. Somehow, some way, I don't know how it happens either. But somehow, some way, something that will become relevant and it'll work. Look, this is this weird, falling wedge. They break it out, they break back inside, but then it stays a falling wedge. I've seen this 100 times. This funky game. So they grab liquidity, rip it back. Now we go sideways. All right. Let's talk about the jobs report. Is it bullish or bearish for your portfolio? Well, there's a couple ways to look at it. To me, it's bullish for the overall market. Because, what's good for Trump is good for us. And if there's good jobs, I think, it kind of says that, Trump's doing a good job. It's, it used to be, I think the narrative is changing. And call me crazy, but things change over time, right? The old narrative was the JOLTS job opening is let me explain. We want them to cut the rates so we can pump. Seems like the S&P and the NASDAQ are pumping regardless of rate cuts. They don't seem to need them. Let's be honest. Look how much they pumped. They haven't had a rate cut. And they've been pumping extremely well. So we're not getting that bearish effect with the Fed on the S&P and the NASDAQ. We are getting it on Bitcoin directly. Bitcoin has been directly correlated to the behavior of the S&P of the Fed. It's interesting, right? It's almost taken on the role of TradFi now. And TradFi has taken on the role of altcoins, where they can just do whatever they want. It's a very interesting time because it's a different model. And you have to adapt to this model. It's not easy. And a lot of people that are stuck in their TradFi ways are going to So look, 759. So this is telling you, okay, better job openings. Things are going well. The Fed doesn't have to cut the rate. This should actually put more pressure on a rate hike. Let's see if it actually pushed the numbers up here in July. Yesterday, 60, about the same as it was yesterday. Pushing for 31% chance that they actually raise the rates in July. 49% chance that they raise the rates in September. 46% chance that they raise their rates in October. And a 39. Almost looks like what the rates kind of could stay flat. So it looks like there's a high chance the rates can stay completely flat. You see what I'm saying? Man, it was an amazing time to be alive. So yeah, I just see a descending triangle there on Doge as well. Like Doge just looks bearish. Look at this. I mean, overall, I just keep telling people Bitcoin looks bearish. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Like the 4 hours in a descending triangle. People said it's a double bottom. I mean, I see it as a descending triangle. And these mainly dump to the downside. You might get a bounce back up here and some wiggle room there. That says you're going somewhere down to 52,000. Okay. We do have to remember, if we're going to be bullish for the month of July, we have to dump tonight at 8 p.m. Not have to, but it would be preferable. You don't want to have a candle that has no downward wick, just spiking to the upside. And remember, our bigger picture idea is that this is a shoulder, head, right shoulder, that also has a deeper low. I've had a hard time convincing myself to open up the short because of the daily bullish div and because of the daily low RSI. This is where I don't get too crazy. I just buy more Bitcoin spot. I buy 10 grand, 5 grand. I just accumulate more Bitcoin. You know, when it looks confusing or you're not sure what to do, for me, I buy more Bitcoin. I don't make it too complicated. I work really hard. I create multiple streams of income, and I buy more Bitcoin. I make it really simple for myself. You see what I'm saying? I don't over accentuate it. I don't get crazy with it. And to me, that has kept my mental state proper, right? So I just continue to buy Bitcoin on the long term, you know. So look at this daily now, looking bearish. That's going to close a bearish engulfing candle, but it is very oversold. I see you're seeing like, reversal territory for sure, in my humble opinion. I feel like I was very close to being correct there on my call. I was just a little, maybe I was a couple days early, a little too close to the bone. Even this looks like a shoulder, kind of head, right shoulder here now. I gotta be honest. Dang, man. And where are we now? 58,600, kind of at the low of the show. The lower point of the show. So we had a double bottom that we definitely lost. Shoulder, head, right shoulder right there on the 4 hour. 57,232, right? So I mean, that tells us that like you're basically buying the breakout. You know what I mean? So you're basically buying the breakout of the short here, right? I don't love it at a 2-to-1. I'd have to get deep. And even then, I still don't get a 3-to-1 on that. It's very close. So it's okay, but I don't get the risk to reward that I'm looking for. But to me, I mean, that looks like the most likely scenario at the present moment in time. You're close enough to the 200 and the 21 for that dump to occur. Everything looks likely. About to cross the dotted line. 4 hour looks so bare. If I didn't know that daily had a bear, I wish that daily did not have this bullish div the way it does. I feel like it could come, you know, it felt like we can crush a little lower and still get daily bull div. Like come down here, connect it. We might even get like right there and then turn. And we'll still say, we'll look back and be like, oh, there was the divergence. But it was just so tight. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the name changed though. The name changed. Through a party when I was a kid, my sister sent me a picture. I was like, oh, the memories, man. When I was 31 years old. So look, even this kind of came in for a bearish retest, almost on the 1 hour time frame. Very oversold in the stochastics as well. So I lean on the small time frames. The 15 minute looks like a dump is coming. Tells me to lean into this short here. So right now, you know, and we've been saying this for the last 2-3 days. Look, a little bull div there on the 1 minute that bounced us. That's what gave me some hope that my trade was going to play out. This is the trade that we just had cooking. And you've seen this play out many times at the channel. They didn't give us the love. It just kind of got... So this is what we're watching now. Like, can you bounce here and start some chop? Or are you going to kind of go lower? I'm hesitant to trade for whatever reason. My trading style is telling me to halt it. Saying just price action's a little too iffy right now. It does look more bearish than bullish if I had to give you a final call on it. 58,000 looks likely by BOOKMAP. We've done a bearish retest on the smaller time frames. We failed to have a pump on the 1 minute, which was kind of a nice pump that could have happened, you know what I mean? So for the most part, like that should have continued to pump if we were bullish, correct? Yeah, you know, the week before July 4th, the week after, usually the toughest time to trade of the whole year. It just is. It has been for me in the past. And what I've learned about those times is if you're used to kind of price action, moving the way you like it, and you're actually a good trader, and you could get, even the best traders will get chewed up, because what happens is it'll start looking like they're set up, no matter how good AI indicators, no matter how good it is. It'll start looking like you're set up. Everything will be clean, and it won't play out the same as you've been watching it. Almost everybody's trading strategy is somewhat more erratic because there's lack of volume in the market. And it's lack of volume compared to the whole other time of the year, so it's an anomaly. You see? So just be very careful the next couple of weeks. It's where a lot of people lose a lot of money. It's sad to say. You could say that about almost any time in the market. But this time is where, you know, because there's just whoever's still left is in that grind. So look, head and shoulder, we're kind of stuck here at 58.5. And the thought is, do you jump into a short now if you're not already in one? Take the late entry for the move somewhere down to 53, 54,000. Or are we going to reverse? Is that daily's going to hang? You know? That's what's cool too. If we just do nothing and only trade like the crosses of the 15 minute. But even that looks bearish. It looks like you just bearishly retested this trend line, as we were saying before. And you're headed lower on the 15 minute time frame. So 1-to-1, it's not a great risk to reward ratio, you see? There is pressure from the bigger time frames though. 15 minute looks bearish. So it's almost like, oh yeah, you thought you bought the low here and they're just going to come and take them out. And then 58,000 is screaming red here on BOOKMAP. So it's kind of like they're going down to 58K yet again. 1 minute looks super bearish as well. I guess going to start to kind of take a look at it. If I could redeem myself and get my loss back there. Dang, man. Stop loss at 60,908. And I may not even trade at all. We'll see how it happens. We'll see what happens here. That looks like I should take a short. I don't love the risk to reward. It's really whack. It's 1-to-1. You know, it's not my. I don't normally do that, right? And Bitcoin will go down about. It's crazy. Bitcoin will drop $5,000. I like to make $5,000 on that. So that means I'm now going to have to risk $2,500 to make the allotted move that I like. Huh. It's weird how the... Yeah, I guess you got to get in there to get the good... You got to buy at the right time. When you buy late, my strategy can get you caught up. I mean, anyone's, right? But look how that's curving down. Like it's just about to cascade down. 58K bounce. And what's causing is it strategy? Is it sentiment? Is it idea? Is it just the charts? You know, everyone wants to have. I never really care about the reason why Bitcoin's up. People always want to know why is it? You know, and like if there's macro events, there's ideas, there's some serious dumping by the ETFs, like billions, the most we've seen since like in a long time, honestly, since I believe February of 2025 or something like. So this is a mass sell-off of the ETFs too, billions of dollars. You know, and you know I'm looking at that 786 on the every time I'm looking at the the bigger picture, and that's where we've gone every time. Yeah, we can get a visual of that later on in the show. We'll show you, but like if you pull a fib and you get the 786 fib, that's the retracement of the bull market, right? And that would be like 38 to 49,000, 38 to 40K. So let's say we still have about a ways to go down here to the downside, which would really shock, I think, a lot of people. And I think that's, you kind of need max pain. You need people thinking Bitcoin is over forever, like never coming back. Like, I don't know why that has to happen for Bitcoin, but it has to like completely die in the minds of like 90% of people for it to bottom. Very tricky asset. And I stuck to my guns on that daily trade, waiting and waiting. Stuck to my principles there. 58,497. Man, it looks bearish. Just the summer liquidity has me kind of like just sketched out, I guess. Smaller time frames look even more bearish. I mean, look at that, though. It's kind of like a bull dip with a higher low. Does it dig out? You know, it's like the time to short was before the dump. Then it's time to get paid. I want to chase the move. I want to see the move. I could just smartly stick to my model. I might get the model again and just go at it again. It's getting close to a possible reversal here, so... That's what I feel the safest. Just get back above the 200. Make a nice flag and something like this. You know what I mean? Something like this to 60,047. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I'm looking at something like that. That's the only thing I would trade today, literally. And it might, no matter how much we dump, the beauty thing about the model is, no matter how much we dump, eventually we're going to cross that 200 again and likely get the model at one point. Could be 10 o'clock tonight. It could be 6 o'clock tonight. It could be 4 o'clock. I don't know when exactly it's going to happen. But it is going to happen. And it's going to happen a bunch of times this week. I know that for a fact. The model will play out many times this week, whether we trade it or not, meaning the 200 above the 21 above the 200 in the pump. It will happen. Whether we take the trades or not, it is going to happen, right? Man, that 4 hour is just saying, take me for the dump, like I'm gone. I guess you'd have to say, okay, we'll go all the way to 52. I just don't, I'm unlikely to hang out in the trade that long. It's still not a 3-to-1 if we do that. That's the crazy thing. It's, just about. 58.5 really hanging on here sideways again on the show at about 11 o'clock. Shout out to all the lifers here on the live stream. Thank you for jumping on in. Let me jump back into the chat for just a second and wish you all well. God bless you all. Shout out to the Crypto Taco in the house. Shout out to Saul Bogats. Shout out to Trader Face. Shout out to Eduardo. Shout out to Chris Sebo Fine Art. Oh, interesting. The way people look at me now is different than 56 years ago. I can tell you the excitement has died down quite a bit than 5 to 6 years ago. Yeah. You know, maybe this worry is the one thing this man has no worry of. And that's what people are finally understanding. ETH has so much more ability, workspace, and workflow. Oh, of course it does. Yeah. Someone lend me 20 potatoes, right? Don't short Sammy, somebody said. Sam, can you look at BOOKMAP's liquidity heat map of the past 2 years? No. No matter how your trading plays out, I just want to say thank you for everything you've taught me. Hope you win. God bless you, Zombo Matt. Yeah. But Biddy is never going to be what it is. Body. You guys are crazy. Buying and holding alts cause nobody else is. Interesting. Based of the sheeple of the chat, I'm buying alts. That's crazy. I say it holds like it did the other 3 tops of the 50 minutes. Stay true on your long call, man. Crazy. I just want to trade the model. Give me the model and I'll take it. They took my first one away. That was that was so nice. They hunted it. Let's see what happens here now. Can we get the bounce? 58.55, 58.555 on Bitcoin. Caspa with a big update tomorrow. You know what? It's like the boy who called Caspa. I have Caspa, still own it, got it stashed away. Don't really think about it. Don't really care about it. I love, hope the team does well. Like, I wish the best for it. I don't want to be rude, but man. Boy had a nice little pump in the last 7 days, up 60%. Beat might actually continue here. We'll take a look at it. Lighter's been on my radar. Dexy's been on my radar. Velvet with a huge move coming back. Canton CC still holding that $14, $15 area. SCI never had the love. We just got really, you know what I mean? It's just the people that are there all the time. Soul 4 hour looks good above the 200. Touch of the 21. Nice consolidation. Hey, Sam, the movement excellent that I spoke about on Sunday played out. Made 60% on 10x levers. Like to hear that. That's awesome, man. You guys know what you're doing, man. You've been watching it. It's really about focus. Like, I might have better TA and lack of focus on a week where you have better focus. But it really is about your focus. And if you can remind yourself to trade what you know and stick to your focus. Like, look, yeah, like that looks interesting to me. You know what's cool about Sol is there's been some meme coins that have pumped recently. So, I'm going to bring it. I didn't mind, but ANSEM, and we showed you ANSEM actually yesterday. It is up, look, about 100% since we went over the flag. And it's up huge since it came out, about 6,000% or more. Pumping, $148 million market cap. ANSEM's kind of one of the most famous people in the space, honestly. You can see kind of what could happen possibly from here, but see it get tighter and maybe continue to, continue a move up. I don't think I'm going to buy in, but you never know. Some people already have. They're hoping for some bigger gains, right? I'm not all about it. I've never really been a true fan, so we'll see what happens. I didn't know who the guy was even till a long time ago, so. Bitcoin looking real bearish. Like, really struggling here. Like, any chance of the win looks desperado. 58,000 looks extremely likely right now for BTC. Can even be nice and include the WEEX and try to say you didn't break out yet. I don't know. I'm not into that, but I just know for me to make money, for me to care about the position, it has to be a Bitcoin, a whole Bitcoin. And for me to put a whole Bitcoin, you know what I mean? So the stop loss, 60,977. The take profit, almost all the way to 48K. I mean, that would be crazy, right? I'm likely not going to hold till 48K. And that's going to be a $10,000 move, so I'd have to make about 10K. So that means I'd have to risk $2,700 for 10,000. That trade would make sense to me. We got to defy the daily divergence. RSI could stay deeply oversold, but that alone won't support Bitcoin's value if underlying buying demand keeps fading. I'm not convinced the low RSI alone is a solid foundation. Bitcoin volume has declined since we broke 80K if selling pressure continues. I'm with you on that 100%. You know, take your money before Michael Saylor does. Oh, wow, you guys are going real crazy. And think about the one that goes off, the big one has to go up. If the baby makes money, they have to give mama's soul. Double bottom of the 5-minute, fingers crossed, someone is saying. Nah, that ain't even, I wouldn't even call that a double bottom. I'd call that the beginning of a possible head and shoulder pattern. I'd say look for the right shoulder and that thing's over. You know what I'm saying? Only 0.6 away from a new low. Facts. Right? We're very close to a new low. Yeah, it's not looking amazing. I gotta say, the best thing right now is the 4-hour looks bearish to me. It's the pattern that makes the most sense. It holds the most respect in my subconscious mind. Funny when you're on this channel, so many people will say so many things. If I listened to the chat, I wouldn't be able to trade, right? It's like, you're long. No, you're short. No, you're wrong. Don't go long. Never short. Some will say, never short, Sammy. Here, I got you. Trust me. My indicator says no. Then we'll dump so hard. I'm like, why would that guy say that? You know, are they for me? Are they against me? Are they messing with me? Maybe they really believe it and they're trying to help me, but they're bad at their indicators off that day. I never know what's going on in the chat. Chat is treachery. So I engage with it, but I don't try to like trade off of it, right? Love shorts, money, 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 baby. Why are people not excited for capitulation? Why delay it with the horse? I agree, man. Send it to the downside. Get it over with. I'm with you on that, but I mean, it's always going to be a slow bleed. It always hurts worse. Stocks pump, biddy dump. I know. Another day of stocks pumping, biddy dumping. The balance has just not been reset yet. It's a bit sawed over here. Save your own or Crynex. Yeah, I'm half teasing, just trying to make you smile. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm dead serious. I want to know more about the boat. What boat? No, I don't even want to. Yeah, I've been here for the boat spec. The boat's awesome, man. I like the boat. It's nice. It's a Pioneer. Pioneer Islander. All right. Pioneer Islander 202. All right. Real quick. This is it. And that's it. But it's a 202 Islander. It's got seating in the back. It's got nice front seating. It's nice and fast with 150 engine. It flies through the water. It's all you need. All right. Best boats in the game, Pioneer. All right. You can get white powder coat and more. This is the seating. This is exactly what my seats look like. White stitching. It looks really nice on the water. People ask you about it. Hey, where'd you get that boat? What kind of boat is that? You know, where would I get a boat like that? Yada, yada, yada. It's nice. Anyway, let's get back into action. But there you go. All right. I gave you what you asked for, and you got your boat spec. Quick boat spec. Thank you for hosting, sir. Do you have any about Beige? I'd like to know you as a person and a trader. Yeah, go to cryptolifer.com. Hit the About section, learn about me, and find out more. All right. Thank you to Shay's Anatomy 528. You're not amazed with Sauna and way it turns. I mean, isn't it the new one, the motor hydroplanes? My Bayliner is basically the same boat, and that's why. No, it turns really nice. Trim tab seam on point. You got a captain's hat? I do have a captain's hat somewhere. My dad used to wear them. We always had a bunch. Biddy trying to make Bull Div on the 15. Oh, Biddy. Slightly. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it is. Slightly, but it's ugly. It's ugly. So I'm sticking to the 4 hour right now and just saying, hey, yeah, it's a descending. I mean, had I taken the descending triangle to begin with at the beginning of the show, you'd be in the money. Shoulder, head, shoulder. First thing I saw this morning when I made the update for Bitcoin. First thing I saw, you can even see it in the Bitcoin update here. Bitcoin's at 59.59 right there. And you'd be in the money right now had you taken my original idea. That's good to hear all the trim. I'd love to see it come to a wave and see how it breaks. Like breaks of the wave for people that don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, no. It's okay. It breaks all right. It's a little choppy. Anything over like almost 2 feet, it gets a little choppy, honestly. She does all right. She has trim tabs. You know what I mean? Sam is Captain Puerto Rico over here. Shout out to Vegas Claw. Appreciate you, man. And look, that's going to close. That candle's now going to close outside of like support. And you have to look at support and resistance too. Like you're going to close below these levels. It's not the best sign. It's bearish, you know. I'm just hesitant to get into the short because of the daily bullish div. It's got me kind of like. What I'm happy about is the long-term DCAs and just kind of being a part of this area here. This is history right here. You know, and being able to observe Bitcoin at these lower prices and not staying and not getting crazy and not getting leveraged out. You know, there's a lot of people that have money. They come into this 10, 15 grand. They lose it all leverage trading. They never buy any Bitcoin. 5 years of them doing this. 6 years go by, sometimes 7. And when they end, even if they conquer leverage trading and they made money, they would have made way more money had they just bought Bitcoin long term. So, you know what I mean? Okay, I was going to say, even my deep V, you just said it was about 3V and it starts hitting hard. Very interesting. I expect that to chop though through better. It does. You just need 7 foot. Sound like a boat builder over there. Nah, please don't take that type of way to 7 foot waves. I don't have to tell you, but I'm not going to because I love you. Oh no, that thing would get rocked in 7 foot waves. I took it out in 4 foot seas. The thing was airborne numerous times. Like the whole boat went airborne. I was like, man, I probably shouldn't have gone as fast as I did. I was new to it. I thought I had to rip it. Yeah. He says, I strongly believe it's going to 66 before going to 48,000. Strongly believe that's like a feeling, an indication, an idea, you know. Well, for that to happen, you know, trust and believe we're going to have to cross through the moving averages. The 1 minute, the 3 minute, like we're going to have to see this. Here we go again. And we're going to attempt to crack at that 200. Now, see, I can go from being bearish to bullish in 2 seconds, looking for opportunity. It's like a fisherman. You go to one spot, the fish don't bite. You don't sit there all day and keep fishing it. You change up the game. You go fish somewhere else. You know what I mean? Bitcoin is limited and it's 50% off. I live on my end, built 34-foot bed miner, twin V8 engine, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, and a kitchen with a stove. Been living on it, save rent since it's been on the water. Beautiful boat, only $700 a month. That's awesome, man. My hand-built 34 Randallmeyer. It's amazing. Beer Can Island heard talking about it last week. Awesome group of guys. Cool way to get ready. Dude, Beer Can Island is awesome. But that's not Beer Can Island. I thought there was a different island there. I see Bitcoin testing 54K support level this month. Sure ran the line. That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah. The daily divergence has me captivated. I wish it didn't. It's kind of in my head a little bit. Go find the honey hole using the fishing analogy. Yeah. For that to happen, Strategy Inc. would have to not be a Ponzi team. You are here, and we'll still see Bitcoin price way lower than 40K before it's over. I see Bitcoin keeps bouncing off the EMA 13 on the 2 minute. Interesting. If you had started doing anything 2 weeks ago, by today, you would have been 2 weeks better at it. It's never too late to let go. I like saying that. You know, every time you call yourself a failure, you feel like you didn't do something, just start doing more of it today. And next thing you know, 2 weeks will go by, and you will be 2 weeks better. I like that. It's a great way because I need things put in that perspective all the time. I'll be honest, this just looks bearish, man. Even the 1 hour is saying I'm going to bend over here and just let go. You could slightly extend that trend line just because of the way that's looking there. And BOOKMAP is screaming 58K. Let's see if it's extended anywhere lower. Yeah, it's now at 57,470. The red keeps spreading lower. 57.5 now. I see double bottom forming on the 5-minute. It's tempting, but to me it looks like that the head and shoulder I would keep telling you about. Looks like a 3-minute head and shoulder. Look at it. Another descending triangle. You can just see where there's the stepping down of all this price action. That's a 3-to-1 right there. Look, I see a head and shoulder there on the 3-minute time frame. Kind of see it on the 1-minute now too. Shoulder, kind of head, right shoulder. I mean, it's through all the price action. Top 3 books you recommend: Richest Man in Babylon, Think and Grow Rich, and what's that other one? I like The Warrior of the Light. Yeah. There she goes. I mean, that's bearish too. I should short that right now. Man, that looks bearish. Come on, man. That's a head and shoulder pattern that wants to dump. Let's see. You can say there's some bull div there too, though. It's oversold in the stochastic saddle, man. I see it both ways half the time this summer, man. It's been tough. Yeah, now you almost like, now I'm like, oh, but it's a bull div on the 15. Like, now you see the 1-minute bouncing over the double bottom with some bull div. Or away from the 21. I'm like, eh. Man, catch a knife. Maybe I want Garfield to come. Oh, wow. So we got the Fed speaker today. I think War speaks today too. Is that true as well? No, I think he speaks tomorrow, man. Kevin War speaks tomorrow, like, which is even better. The first day of the month, he starts off ready to rock, which is crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't like it. Where's that 21? It's a little far. 1 minute, it's right there, though. Like, you flip it upside down, I mean, you should be long on that, too. Technically, oh, look at this. You know, and that I've seen that pump many a time. That would be a dump down. Damn, it turned on me fast, didn't it? Now it's a double bottom. Look at it. Now it's a double bottom on the 1 minute. Man. Knife catch, yes. I believe that's tomorrow. Yeah. Who's selling? That's it. It needs to kind of dive on that trend line. Otherwise, it's going to rip up again. Then I'll get my model. I'll miss my model. Right? See how you can get tossed around, man. Watch me lose. Shout out to Crypto Bear Baker. God bless you, man. Seen you for been watching me for a long time. Yeah, people say a year or two, you'll be kicking yourself for not buying the lows. That's what someone just said in the chat. I am not a financial advisor, but that's what the chat said. It's crazy, man. BOOKMAP's screaming we're going to dump it. All the liquidity is down there right next to us now. It's racing. I'm seeing multiple head and shoulder patterns, bearishness around the board. It's looking crazy here. That's what you wanted, though. The wick down and the wick up. Oh, man. No matter what, I stick to the stop loss unless I, you know what I mean? That's why it's... I'll just trade through my conviction. Eventually, I will win. And I'll win big. This says 57.5 is coming. Look at the red there. I mean, it's not 100%, but man. Come on now. It's like, wow, the treachery. Constant. This is summer trading. It's going to be tough. I mean, trading's tough as in general, but like I was getting way more moves like 2-3 months ago. You guys, like, I was pumping, man. I would get my nice little model. I'd get my pumps even just 2-3 weeks ago. It's a little tighter than it was back then. I'm just trading what I see, descending 21 below the 200. Just like I would trade it the other way it's basically the model upside down. No emotions. You just got to trade your system and stay out of it. If I can win 3 out of 10, I'll be all right. Proper risk management. Keep sticking to the script. Can't get emotional. Can't get scared. Know that any moment, anything could happen. They could spike this price right up in 2 seconds, spike it right down in 2 seconds. It should go sideways slowly and dump. That's what should happen, but we'll see. Did seem to put in some type of double bottom there. Like it's got some support now at 58. I remain bearish. BOOKMAP looks bearish. We'll see, though. Live trading has been hard. Hard for me. Oh, man. Come on. Come on. Anyway. How about them Red Sox? You know what I mean? Yo, bet again that 9 a.m. on plays for days. Thank you. I've learned more from Sammy showing up on the live than your average bear. Thank you. The financial guy on YouTube said he sold all of his Bitcoin. I immediately thought the bottom must be coming soon. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people bought it for speculation. And they didn't get in as early as we did. They got in the 30Ks and the 20Ks 4 or 5 years ago thinking, oh, it's going to go to these. You got to be in Bitcoin for a long time to really be in Bitcoin for a long time. It's kind of weird, right? You got to have a 10-year plan and get ready to get in and really get ready to be in Bitcoin for a long time. Like, if you think it's even just a 5-year speculative plan, like most real estate people that got into Bitcoin, that's why they sold it. You know what I mean? You got to get the purple pimp suit out. I know, right? We had monthly naked POC just below as well. 618 pulled from the last buy market bottom to more recent all-time high. We need knife catchers to hold us. Yeah, monthly USR is actually reaching for the 22 level that marked the bottom. I know. And the daily too. The daily as well. Right? So you were so stubbornly long that they give it one more try. I know. It's crazy. Well, let me try to look at it, open-minded one more time. I mean, it's still a bull div right there. I'll go with the next tweezer bottom. Like, that's what I did. I'll go with the next tweezer bottoming. I took this tweezer bottom, stop loss there. Technically, they didn't go after the low wick, though. Or I should have kept the stop. But the true liquidation. Still a crazy bullish divergence on the daily, but there could be more downside. I can't watch it. So ugly, man. Just dump the 43 and start the summer consolidation so we can load up for the next bull cycle. Thank you for the follow on X. I've been Anna Sala show for days. You've been Anna Solana? What is that? Anna Solana? I have no idea what that means. Purpose of sitting in crypto when stocks are ripping. I mean, no purpose. Like, we should be in crypto ripping it, to be honest. Take your money before Michael Saylor takes your money. You're funny. You said that again. That's the second time. Look at the S&P absolutely ripping today, doing damage out the flag too. Like they even stop on here. They pump it dump. They did a diamond. It's crazy. 1 hour got above the 200 moving average. Now you're hanging out with it. Now you're going to come up. Then you're going to have a bearish week. You know, you're going to go up and down. You're going to get tight inside. The bigger trade's going to be somewhere in there. You could probably DCA now. All right. My house goes up for sale this week. I can't wait to get rid of my mortgage. I feel like this is a sign. Everyone is biased to the downside. Fear ingredients like 16, extremely fear. Fake emotions acting real. Yeah. Ain't no playing games over here. Shout out to Zab Life. Yeah. So now we've been in chop between 58 and 58.5 literally for the last hour. Since 11 or for a half an hour straight, just up and down. Shout out to Zab Life of the house. Say I've been doing this quite a while. He'll be all right, little bro. I'll make it through. Don't worry. Yeah. Yeah. I could have a tough 3 weeks and I'll make it right. You know, it would be nothing compared to my 10 years of trading, so I'll be okay. Some assets have their day in the sun while others are down. Exactly. Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. I know that, and that's why I have to tell myself that's what it is. You know what I mean? On rough trading days. The key is not to liquidate and not to get emotional and not to overtrade. Take a couple shots. If they don't work out, come back the next day. You know what I'm saying? Reassess the market with a clear head in the next morning. Get a good night's sleep. Take a walk in nature. Come back to the market. Don't keep forcing yourself into a degenerative system that eats you alive, drains your energy, and then you start making bad decisions. It's like a whirlwind. And it just gets worse. I've been there. You've been there. We've all been there. If you haven't traded yet, you will get there one day. I just want to kind of prepare you for that and get you ready for times when it's not going to be so easy. Trading is not meant to be easy. It's meant to be challenging. That's why it's going to change who you are forever. If you do something that's meant to change you forever, it will. Why does trading change you forever? Because you have to think about so many things. What you think about, who you think you are as a person. Do you deserve to win? If you don't deserve to win and you don't have the ability to be confident, then trading will eat you alive. Period. Right? You have to believe that you deserve to win as a trader. And it comes from an inner belief in yourself. So trading has a lot to do. You eventually have to come to terms with what you believe about yourself as a trader. If you have a bad ego, low self-esteem, negative self-talk, and you believe you're not worth it, that'll keep reoccurring and keep coming up in your trading until you deal with it. It's kind of creepy. Trading will make you deal with a lot of subconscious issues that you were having prior to trading. I know. Look, see, we're seeing if this will make that shoulder head this kind of right shoulder, or is it attempting a bullish diff? It's almost like mimicking the daily bullish divergence, right? Now you look for the 1 hour tweezer bottom, which you're not getting just yet, but you do have a wick. Wow, bearish engulfing candle on the daily turned into a nasty day. Really, the time was to get in here. You should be selling this now, not entering the short late, Just looking for a late scalp. Are we gonna get it? Looks like now you got the double bottom with the flag. Oh man, the 21 touch, the fly up to the 200 could be vicious. Tell myself to stay calm no matter how, don't get me wrong, I get irritated losing my trades live. Oh my gosh. I look in the mirror and I'm like, and I have to breathe and go for walks and just tell myself to let it go. But it's not fun. It's not what I want to be doing. And I even traded the bigger, I got off the smaller time frames for the last 3 days. It just really stayed on that daily for, you know what I mean? This whole 4 days, waited and waited patiently for my reversal. Didn't get it. Not yet. Maybe we still will get it. It's not over yet. And then, like someone said, I could have just been trading the S&P and the NASDAQ. La-di-da, making my gains. Like, look at that. Like, could have longed it right there and just waited. Bang. Paid in the shade. And we can long this stuff on WEEX. You got TradFi on WEEX. You got it all. If you go here, you got TradFi, right? You can hit TradFi. You have SpaceX, MU, gold, all that stuff. You got everything. Anthropic. You got it all. Palladium. There's a lot of stuff. All right. And of course, our good old crypto. I mean, that looks like a cup and handle bouncing back to the upside now. 5 minute putting, it's like I got blinders on lately. Like, I need to get like hit in the head or something and have amnesia. You had a bull dip, you skyrocketed, you came down, you double bottomed. The old upside down trick here. Still looks more bearish than bullish, technically, right? When I really like, you say, oh, but that's a bear dip, you're going to come down. I'm sticking bearish on this one for now. You know what I mean? And I could be wrong. No guarantees. We'll take a look at what y'all are saying. How's the chat doing? How's everybody? Let's take a look at the super chats, if there are any. In this tight summer. We have Gensler coming for crypto. He says, Sam, what are your thoughts on the Bitcoin BIP 110 potential fork? It sounds like it could be a civil war among Bitcoin maxis. Thanks for your hard work and dedication. You know, there's been a few different ones. Is that the one that would freeze Satoshi's coins? Let me find out. Purpose of sitting in crypto, Anna. Good. Thank you for asking. Appreciate you for pointing it out. Yeah, it's not great. But one day it will prevail and people will wish they were, you know what I mean? It's just, everything has its time. I've learned it too. You know, sometimes you're in the hot stuff, sometimes you're not. Reduced data temporary soft fork is a proposed Bitcoin improvement proposal that aims to temporarily limit arbitrary data storage on the blockchain. It's a temporary consensus soft fork authored by Dath and Ohm. The goal is to reduce what may seem as spam on Bitcoin. Things like ordinals, inscriptions, large, BRC20. Main purpose, Bitcoin was originally designed as digital money. People have been using it more like a cheap data storage network. BIP10 tries to push it back towards being primarily a monetary. I don't know. I think they should just leave it alone. Let people use it for how they can be used for. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of my first opinion. I'd have to deep dive it a little more. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? That's interesting. And thank you so much for both those super chats. They're blessed. People who give get it back tenfold. So hey, you guys are givers, and I appreciate it. The only wrong is the trade goes against you, sir. Hey, we'll see what happens. It's pretty dang close to going against me. I'm likely going to get stopped out here. It's now formed a bit of like an ascending triangle here on the smaller time frame. With a bit of a double bottom. There's some strength there. Every time I long, they got me. Every time I short, they got me. I got chewed up today. I'm still looking for that short to prevail there. Any instructional vids on using WEEX interface? I'm trading on it, but I know there are shortcuts that I don't know how to use. Thanks for the alerts. Number one, you want to use TradingView widget. Then you want to watch my video on how to trade using TradingView shortcuts. I have a video inside the trading group right when you get in. All right. And that's important. That's going to help you. Then you want to use my content directory for information inside the Discord. But right when you're doing the Discord, you see that you're going to see this watch first. Free guides, right? No excuses. Watch this stuff, please. The mindset of a trader, getting started on crypto, tips for a beginner. This is awesome stuff that'll help you a lot. And then the read first as well. Which right when you get at Discord, open your settings and say friend requests and unclick everyone and friends of friends. Because you don't want friends of friends being able to contact you and ask you, hey, you know, then they act like they're me. And that's how a lot of the nonsense happens. So block it immediately, okay? Straight up washing machine. Just kidding. Yeah. Big one is good. You're a bit of a flat today, Sammy. I hope you're doing well. Much love, brother. Thank you. The only thing you need to know is Bitcoin is money and not storage. Well, you know what? I had a hard time sleeping last night. My 5-year-old daughter was coughing profusely. Like almost all night, every time I heard her cough, I felt so bad. Like I felt the pain of her coughing. Like I felt like she didn't get a good night's sleep. She was coughing all night. And I was like, man, she needs a nice sleep. She's not feeling well. Then I sleep next to my wife. She has the baby between us. The baby's kicking my back. She was kicking me. I felt like every 5 seconds I woke up, the baby was like kicking my back. I'm like, why are you kicking me? And we woke up multiple times throughout the night, maybe 5 to 6 times. Like it was crazy. And then I got woken up at like 6 in the morning. So yeah, I didn't get a good night's sleep last night at all. In any way, shape, or form. And I'm a bit turd over here. You know. And I would like to win my short, please. I am not long on that flag. I would like this to be a shoulder, a head, or right shoulder. And I would like to win my short. It's so important now that I like Discord, but it's really hard for me to get a little wacky for a moment. There are like 105 cent prices. That's the really only one. Yeah, exactly. Lifer, the only thing you need to know is Bitcoin is money and not storage. I agree with you, man. And I'm with you on that. I don't think they should be filling up the network with a bunch of nonsense. Also, then people remember, I'm not going to say, but unmentionables, and then they could say Bitcoin is this, and it's a good way to kind of get it out of that. Nice little dump there showing signs that I could win this short. Price action is bearish, folks. Pay the trader, man. We're close to flipping long, flipping green here, possibly. You're only wrong when you're wrong and right when you're right. Risk manage regardless, 100%. You know, I took a small profit on the short. I like it. The head and shoulders form and there's no volume, so I think it feels dumb. I mean, no volume means it won't do anything. It will go sideways, right? You need volume for it to dump, no? A dumpage, 5-minute flag. Send it to the dump side. Let's go, folks. Let's go. Shout out to all the people, man. You guys are really getting me through this crazy time of trading. I appreciate it more than you would ever know. Over 1,000 people here on the live. That is an absolute blessing. Are you kidding me? And you guys hit that like button. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's go. You can. You will. You are the best. Believe in yourself every single time. Always push yourself. Always keep fighting. Never let the negative energy in. It doesn't do you any good. You got to believe in yourself every step of the way. You got to become your best friend. You got to believe that something big is happening to you if you keep pushing. Some way, somehow, you're going to create opportunity. Someone's going to give you opportunity. You're going to find it. It's going to come your way. It's only a matter of time. You've got this. You can, you will, you are the best. It's only a matter of time. You got to put in the work, though. And you got to be progressive, and you got to think about what you're doing. There's got to be some thought process behind it all so you can direct which way you're going. That's thinking smarter, not harder. Not just working hard, but conceptually thinking, what does this do? Like I give it the example of two people make a pizza shop. All right? One guy makes a buffalo chicken pizza, and he dresses someone up like a chicken outside the store. that hands $5 coupons if you get a buffalo chicken pizza. The other guy just makes a pizza stop. They both work super hard. Who do you think sells a little more pizza? The guy who puts the guy in the chicken suit. Now, he might have to pay that guy a couple $100 a day. He might actually not sell the pizzas at first. He might have to put the money down. It's another good example of like a real business owner is willing to spend money on the business before the return to create something different than what everyone else is doing. Honestly, 90% of businesses just sell pizza. They would never put a guy with a buffalo chicken pizza. You do something different. All you have to do is do something different, conceptualize it, put it together, execute. Maybe it doesn't work so good. Maybe people don't like it. Maybe you don't sell that much, but you think of something different the next time. Instead, you buy a billboard the next time, picking, the best buffalo pizza in town right near the busiest intersection. And on their way home, they think of it, then they see your pizza shop, then they buy the pizza. But you got to do something different than just be a pizza guy. Both guys will work super hard. They'll wake up and open the shop in the morning, and they'll close it at night, and they'll have employees come and go, and it'll be a hard life. But the guy that conceptualizes how to run the pizza shop is going to make more money. Period. I need to do the same in my business, the same in your trading, the same in everything you do in life. Hard work is great. A lot of people don't have the hard work. That's the problem. A lot of people don't have a good work ethic. So one time someone has good work ethic, they think that's all they need to win. And they put everything on that. And you need more than that. You need to think harder, and you need a work ethic, and you need to have a conceptualized plan of how to win. I've learned the hard way because I've had a good work ethic and just not really thought it through. And I've gotten somewhere, but I would have gotten way further had I planned it out. And I don't have regret, but I come back to the situation and I know in my heart I could have done better. Or I could have had better results. This looks like it's going to double bottom now. They look bearish for it. Look, they dumped it. They pumped it. If anything, it looks like they're going to at least stop me out no matter what they do, right? Man, I'm mesmerized by the nonsense. Looks like a beautiful double bottom now. Oh, man, it still looks bearish. But now, once they break that trend, I mean, it's going to come to me. I mean, where else is it going? Now you start looking at the 1 hour. Starting to bounce on some bullish div. And then back to that daily divergence. If you can get a wick in a green candle, I figured I would buy again. I mean, ooh, they just pumped it hard, actually, right? It's pretty much a done deal for me now, because that would have had to stay right shoulder and dumped on me. Very unlikely I win the trade now. I'd be, again, that dump had me thinking we were going to turn and just keep ripping, and this actually was going to turn for me. I was very close to break even. And it looked, to me, it was a shoulder ahead, and I thought, right shoulder was an Adam and Eve double top in a way. And then just out of nowhere on this right side, they just ripped the thing. Back to the 30 second, right? Probably in the model or close to it. No, not even. Still technically below the 200 even. 5 second making the model. One hour just flipped green, like heavily green. Like, that's crazy what just happened. You see that? My God, and I got stopped. I got chewed. I've been getting chewed up, folks. I feel absolutely like complete garbage, man. Oh, this is like torture lately, man. I'm telling you. Ah, my gosh. I'm short, I'm long, I'm short. They're chewing me up. I gotta stop. The real reason is because I don't want to trade. I want to take a month off and relax for once in my life, and I just can't. I'm 43 years old after 20 years of trading. And it's just like, I think my mind is chewed, man. Look at this. Now my model will play out. Now those short squeezes. That's when the guy said no volume, I think we'll go down. I didn't know what he was saying, and I was like, what? What are you talking about? Like, where do people come up with this stuff? Like, they just make up stuff in their head that sounds right? That's why I don't even like to talk like that. I just trade whatever the chart, because you can come up with 1,000 little narratives and stories and ideas, and none of them could be true, you know? That's a sign for me not to trade for a while, like to just leave the trades alone for a little bit. Give myself a break and leave the trades alone, you know? You got to learn. I'm going to go through it just like everybody else. I'm not immune to bad trading, you know what I mean? Just really pisses me off, like, I'll be honest. I'm not going to lie. I have to, you know, say I'm grateful for the losses. They'll teach me. My biggest wins came from being, like, completely dragged down to the ground, like losing tons of money. I lost money in the stock market. When I first started, I remember I got into the Jivo stock and I lost like 15 grand and I was only worth 40,000. And it hurt. I'd done a lot to save money to get out of the rat race, and my ego was damaged. It wasn't fun. And I've been through a lot of ups and downs, and I've made $1 million twice and lost it. So I'm privy to, I know how to lose. Trust me. That's why I don't leverage trade with massive amounts of money, because I'm not into like getting myself psychologically caught up into like, oh, I got to revenge trade back 100 grand now. Like, it's going to happen to these guys that are big time. They're going to eventually get into a big loss. Like, nobody wins forever, man. It's going to catch up to you. And when it does, you're going to have to be able to deal with that loss. I keep my losses, you know, decent. Just back to the drawing board again. See if we can make the model and get back into action. Sad thing is, the model will play out later on today, and I'm like, there it is. And I won't trade it because, like, now I take the day out. That is the most annoying thing about trading sometimes. You'll wait all day, you'll get chewed up, then you'll see what you should have disciplined done, and then bang, right? I'm trying to think if there's anything I could have done differently to avoid it. I mean, that looks like a head and shoulder pattern to me. Clear as day. Like, that looks bearish as heck. I'm still sticking to it. Like, the daily had bull div that really didn't play out that well. Getting chewed and abused. All I can do is be relentless. You know what's crazy is I may make one trade that pays for everything, but I don't want to get like revenge. You know, you don't want to. That's when people get nuts. Here you just say, hey, can I make back a smaller amount and call it a day? I'm not making a trade right now. I want to make that really clear. I'm just double checking what the trade would look like if I were to get into the trade. Something ain't right. That's an 8, not a 9. Watch them dump me. And it feels like my stop got like hunted every time. Like wherever I got stopped was like liquidity. It was like a grab. You know what I mean? So crazy. It's just, you know what it is? I have to remind myself, this is holiday trading. This is like trading on a Saturday. It's not a normal Tuesday. Like, I'm setting up like Tuesday, but I have to remind myself it's not Tuesday. I have to stop putting pressure on myself. Like, I can make money on a regular Tuesday. If I don't make any money this week, it's fine. Like, it is what it is. It's a tougher week to trade. So there could be good volatility too, though, with the data as it comes in tomorrow and non-farm. So see if that gets tight. If it does, I might trade the model again later on today if it comes in and does the right thing. There's a chance. Hey, Sammy, when things are smooth, everyone is your friend. The Lifer crew believes in you. It's okay to have a bad day, month, year, etc. Keep your head up. God bless you, man. Thank you. Variety is preferred. I know, right? I can't win every time. Michael Saylor, Shamut, I know, right? Shamut over here. We all make mistakes. That's why they put erasers on pencils, man. It's treachery to trade before the Fed speaker says anything. He talks tomorrow. Micro sales company strategy recently authorized the potential sale of up to, I don't know. Talked about it on my X. Look at 59, then down again. Fake bottom, that's my guess. Liquidity back at 59, then back to 57 or lower. We need some moon boys to pump us. And we had a full moon last night. Did nothing for trading. That's crazy, right? We got the strawberry moon last night. It was an amazing moon. Beautiful moon. I definitely gazed into the moon. I lost 400K this year, and that was more than half my net worth. You know what that does to you. You either die or grow from the experience. That's so sad, man. I'm sorry to hear that. If I lost half my net worth, it would be tough. You know, money's not everything. And I've been taught that it isn't everything, but dang, it wouldn't be fun. Don't do it in the ocean. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Shout out to Peanut. That's funny, man. I'm late, but I'm here before you end. Hey. Or sell before the stop hits. You're teaching good trading. Thank you for saying that. Adding to the short. America's spending $2 to $3 billion on fireworks right now. I know, right? We love our fireworks. But they're banned everywhere, yet everyone's buying them. It's so funny. New Hampshire, you can do them. So people drive from Massachusetts, New Hampshire, they buy a bunch of fireworks, right? It's like... I'm front running a little bit. I'm pushing it. Maybe, you know... Oh my gosh, it's my beautiful girls. In the car. Yeah, I left the car keys in the car with the window down so you could just be on your merry way. Oh my gosh, my girls. It's my babies. Oh my gosh, you guys are cute. She gave me a baby doll. Hello. Hello. How are you doing? What you gonna do today? Are you going to the beach? Are you gonna hang out in the backyard and go on the swing? Yeah. Swinging. Here, can I hang out with you now? Oh, you want me? I have the next doll now. Look. Now I got the next doll. Swinging. Oh man, these kids are cute. I'm so blessed to have children, man. I'd like to win my trades for them. You know what I mean? So daddy can bring home the bacon though. All right. He didn't even play with them. He forgot you live, buddy. No. I knew I was live. It just, you got to be there for you can't ignore your children, like no matter what. Number one. Like if you're live and then people know you ignore your children, they'll pick up on it too. It's like if someone can hear your kids say, you're not even listening to them. Oh my gosh, what is this? This one's funny. He's in a little suit. He can put a little, can I put his hat on? That's not easy to put on, huh? What? What is it, Booby? What can I do for you? Oh, that's cool. He has a little koala suit. Huh? They're all, you can make them small. They all can fit a baby. You just got to make them real small. Turning 2 next week. I can't believe, yeah, my daughter just turned 2. Literally like 4 days ago, man. She turned 2 years old. Sam, where did you come from? Finance, education, family, true health, and wellness. We are blessed lifers. Thank you, man. I love you. Shout out to Kyle. I appreciate you, man. Gotta win so daddy can pay for college. I know, right? It's looking nasty, man. You rock, CL. I can learn here for life and market. God bless you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you all for being awesome to me, despite my whack trading the last day. Thank you, sweetie. Appreciate it. I should have shorted the market. I could see the short yesterday. I should have sold the short. I should be looking for reversal longs, calling this double bottom, and not flip-flopping around like a gosh dang fool. You know what I mean? Or just like someone that doesn't know what they're doing over here, you know? Keeping it calm, cool, and collective. Apparently so. If you'd like to fund yourself and you're good at trading and you want to get some trading, you want to make it a bigger trade than you already had, go to BITFUNDED.com. Check it out. All right. We have a link to the funding. Look, the 1 hour looks like it could reverse, but it pumped and dumped on itself already. Doesn't look amazing. You know what I mean? Trading has been tough. I'm probably going to take the afternoon off, come back tonight, see what we're at. And if I see something cool tonight, I will take a trade. But I don't want to force it for any reason. You know what I mean? You like when she's in there? You want to go in there, no? NASDAQ likely to go up a little more, but then eventually retrace. You know what I mean? I don't know if we're going to just continue to launch. We'll probably come back down, come and hit this trend line one more time. Make a beautiful bull pennant before the bigger pump. It likes to really kind of map this out. But I do see it going to 3,400. You know what I mean? And that says it can happen by the end of like July or August. Like, that's kind of crazy. Can you help, Daddy? Daddy, can you help? There you go. You got one. Not too tight. But that one will fit you. Don't go on my cords now. Hey, come here. Come here. Don't go on my cords. No. Don't go that way. Don't go that way. Get over the... Yeah. Come here. Let me get you out. Let me get you out. I got one. I got one. Oh, wait. She pulled out the headphones. Hold on. There you go. There you go, sweetie. I'm also a father of 3 daughters, man, which is crazy. You know what I mean? I never thought I'd be a father of 3 daughters. It is what it is. God has blessed me. And I love my kids more than you would ever know. Spend more time with my kids, I think, than any other dad in the world, man. I'm obsessed with them. I love them. I want to protect them any chance I can. I don't want them going anywhere without me. Because I know I'm number one. Like, I'm going to do everything I can to protect them. You know what I mean? Like, everyone will love them. Everyone will care. But, like, no one will, you know, their mom and their dad, no one will risk their lives like their mom and their dad will for them. So yeah, like, we didn't even get back above the 200 moving average. I'd be careful trading today. It's treachery. They looks like they're just looking for stop hunts, man. Like, look at this. They tweaked it up. They do a lot of crazy wickage, a lot of nasty price action. There is a bottom eventually. I would wait for the 4 hour to at least give me a tweezer bottom, something. 1 hour's attempting to put in a green candle, but it looks like trash. And look what they did. They dumped, they pumped, they dumped, they pumped. I mean, the last 2 hours has been, you can see what happened there. Nasty price action. Wow, and they just dumped the 1 hour, they just dumped the 1 minute too after the, you know what I mean? After getting me out and wicking it, they just dumped it again. Like, it overall doesn't look amazing. Like, if I keep sticking to the 4 hour, it looks bearish to me. I want to see the daily close. I want to see if we can get a green candle next to a red one here before I do anything crazy. But, I mean, even the 1 minute's capitulating now. Like, it just looks garbage. Look at this thing. You go to the bathroom? Come here. You stink. You go poopy? Yes, you did. Come here. Come here. Come here for a second, please. They don't listen. Come here, please. Hey, come here, Samir. I want to see you, baby. Give me a hug. Are you pooping right now as we speak? Are you pooping right now? Oh, my God. Are you doing a poopy? You smell, though. Can I see? Can I check, please? Oh, my gosh. They won't listen to me, man. They just defy me. Already at this age, it's not like 2 years old, think they don't have to listen to me. So crazy. So look at the 1 minute. Started the potential bounce off the 21. No. Back to the idea that this is like a sloppy head and shoulder pattern. I'll be honest, man. It's I'm gonna step away from the screens for a couple hours and let my mind rest. This is nuts. Maybe I just didn't get enough sleep last night and I just need some sleep. It could be it. Some, you know, when the markets are tough for you, it could be food, sleep, you know, or maybe you just need a good walk. I'm being honest. Like, no one talks about this. Everyone wants to look like they're the greatest trader on earth when they show up on live. Like we're all supposed to be superhuman. It's just not true, man. It's just not true. Every trader struggles. They just, most don't show it. I'm the only one of the only few that actually shows it. Because I've been here long enough and I've helped enough people make money that I can actually show that I actually mess up sometimes. The other guys are new. They got to show that they're doing it right every single time. You know what I mean? They don't got the track record. I get it. It's not easy. Look, now it's a double bottom. Now it's bouncing back. Like, this is crazy. Stop hunt every 5 seconds. Like, I'm going to give it a break, and I know that eventually I'm going to see it through and see what's coming. Shout out to my lifers. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. You got the most time with your kids, and I get at least. Gotta love being a UPS driver, but I'll get there, man, one box at a time. Hey, man, it's my desire was I really thought about it all the time, and I thought about being with my kids all the time. It was such a it was a thing that I sat there, conceptualized it, thought about it, and focused on it every day of my life. Like, how could they live without me? I got to be there for them. You know what I mean? Oh, you got new ones now? Oh, these are cooler, huh?
And then this one.
That's a robot, huh?
And then this one.
Dinosaur. And flowers. Yeah. Exactly. Targets, which is cool. What is doing now? Another low, in my opinion. Yeah. Sam, you're the greatest trader, man. Thank you, the Rolling Roadshow. God bless you, brother. Very nice of you. Very, very nice of you. I took a walk with our pup midstream while still listening to you, my man. Hey, God bless you. Thank you. God bless you and your family. Please look at XLM. Germany is today crazy. Xanar Gaming, we've been calling 48 for almost 6 months. I would say, I think just a 4-year cycle seems to be playing out. Yeah. That look of, I know. I hope everyone realizes he's actually teaching us through tough times. This is what we need to know, how to handle tough times. It's also more important than learning how to win. You'll be okay, bro. I've been in this long trade since 9, going on 12 hours, but that's not a bad idea. Let's take a break. Maybe there will be a Mika crash today. Now Kraken goes bankrupt. Sam, go play with the youngins, brother. You're funny. God bless you, Sam. I learned a lot from you. Keep going. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Just liquidity hunts, I know, right? Exactly. It's been a massive, you know. Let me get back in here to the super chats if I missed anything as well. Shout out to Stash. Shout out to Shay's Anatomy. Shout out to the Rolling Road Show. Gensler coming for your crypto, and Valancic. God bless you all. Thank you so much for the awesome super chats, and I appreciate everyone that chatted today. It means a lot with me. It means a lot to me, and thank you so much for jumping on into the live. We'll be back tomorrow with more live trading, we hope, that is actually more comparable and makes it happen. So, yeah, I can't wait to bring you more live trades and to continue to pump it up. If you want to trade where I'm trading, you go to weeks.com. You want to be inside my trading group, you can go to cryptolifer.com. All right? Or I might actually put out one of the greatest trades ever later on today. You never know. I'm going to stay focused, stay humble, and keep discipline. And something will come from that. I know it, no matter what. So my toughest times create my best. So my best trades are right around the corner. I believe it, and I know it. Shout out to everybody here for jumping on into the live with me. I greatly appreciate it. It was one of the best ever that I ever had. I truly believe it. So thank you so much. You don't have to win every day. As long as you show up, to me, that's a win. The discipline compiles time over time. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I will see you all tomorrow, same time, same place. Beautiful here on YouTube at 10 a.m. Wherever you want, wherever you got to watch, you can watch me. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. I love you all. Thank you so much. The secret to success is getting started. You're not going to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. You got to start somewhere. I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.